The most important thing about doing the farm show on tour will be if we can get a rural audience to come to see it.
Rural community, they don't go for plays and theater like city people do. And I think it's something that you've got to start and build.
I really enjoyed working in the auction barn. It's perfect theater. The building's built for people to be able to see the animals in the ring, and they're so close and their reactions are so immediate. So you're back and you're changing in the cow dung and pigs oinking in the background and so on. The best places in that tour, that spring tour, as far as I'm concerned.
Paul Thompson contacted us and wanted to know if he could put on a show, and we agreed, so he came and picked out the ring he wanted out of the 3 rings that are in the auction barn, and that's how we got started, and it looked all right to them, so away we go. We got at it, and they done advertising in the local paper and here and there, and it seemed to take, kind of hold in the way it went.
What would you give for? 300 bid now, what now, 3 bid now, 25 now, 3 and a quarter bid now, I have been 3 and a half, it's 25 now, 3 bid now, 4, I'm not a deal now, 4, will you give me 4, give 385 bid now, 4. That's 4 bid now, 10 now, 4, 10 bid now, 25 will they go for, 20 bid now, 30 now, will they go for, 30 bid now, 40 now, 4, 40 bid a half, and 4, 50, 60, that's 4 and 60 bid now, 7 will they give 4, 7 bid now, 80 now, 4, 80 bid now, 90 will they go, 90 bid now, 5, that's 5 bid now, 10 now, will they give me 10, 4 now, will they give me 5, 10 now, what about 10, seller $500.
Make up a bet.
This is one of the late Don Messers, and so then after Merle's going to give us a little song.
Up in the air! Well, last summer, as part of our finding things out, we wanted to go around to some of the different farms and see if we could be of some use. And one afternoon, we had the opportunity to go over and help Mr. Mervyn Lobb with his haying. So myself and another fellow went over there that afternoon. And by this time, they had gotten the hay off the fields into bales and loaded on wagons, ready to be put away. So we went over there, and outside the barn was this big, old-fashioned wooden wagon, loaded up to the top with these bales. And next to it was this metal chute thing, which they told me they called the outside loader. So way up to the top of the barn, which they also told me that they called the mount. Well, now, when we got over there was already 5 people working, and we made 7. So we asked Mr. Lobb if he thought he could keep 7 of us busy up in the mow, and he allowed us no. He thought I'd probably better stay down there and help him. So the other fellows climbed up onto the loader and went up into the mow. And then Mr. Lobb got down off the wagon and he picked up this plug and this socket thing, and he plugged her in. That loader started moving. And he gets up on the wagon, picks up a bale, he puts it on the edge of the wagon. Well, I looked at the bale and I looked at the loader and I put 2 and 2 together. So I picked up the bale and put it on the loader. So I got it on, pushed it down, and got it going, so it was riding up. There'd be another one, wouldn't it? Well, right away, I figured out one thing. I wasn't dressed for it. See, all I had on was a little pair of shorts. The only way I could get that that bale over onto the loader was by pushing it along with my leg. I was getting kind of cut up and sore. Well, I was having a little trouble getting them out of the loader and keeping them on. But, well, it was pretty hot that day. It was about 85, and we were working in the sun, what I figured was a pretty good pace. But after a while, I figured out how to get those bales onto the loader and push down and riding up. Hey, look at that, Mr. Lobb. 3 in a row. Yes, I'll just get this. After what seemed like an awfully long time in that hot sun, we got that load off the wagon, onto the loader, and up into the mouth. And I discovered one of the greatest things in the world. Freshie. About then, a bunch of the fellas up in the mouth had to go off to the fields to make up another load. So they said I probably ought to go up there now. Which was okay with me, because any job had to be better than the one I was doing. So they turned off the loader, and I climbed on it, and climbed out into the mouth. Kind of dusty. It had these wooden sloping roofs that came all the way to the floor. And the floor was nothing but these bales which they piled up. Well, now there was 3 of us up there. Myself, the fellow that had come with me, and Tom, who worked there. So I figured I'd just stand back and let them show me what to do. So they plugged her in down below. First bale comes up, Tom picks her up, carries her over, lets her down. And the other fellow picks one up, carries it over, puts her down. Oh, it's my turn. I went over, here she comes, and I get a grip on her. I'll kick it off the edge, I guess. Up comes another one, I get it. Over. And put her down. Whew. Uh-oh, my turn again. Well, right about then, I discovered something that they have up in these mouths. Got holes. Lots of holes. So I got up, and I came back, tripping over the bailing twine, falling in the holes. Frankly, I was a mess. And I think they took pity on me and said, why don't you be the feeder? Didn't know what that was, so they showed me. The fellow went over. Bale comes up, the feeder takes it, and he heaves it into the corner. She comes, I get a hold of her. Not quite as far as the other fellows, but I'm working with it. Right away, I discovered a couple of disadvantages to this job. You see, instead of handling every 3rd bale, I had to heave every bale. The only way I could get any distance on these bales was by pushing them along with my leg. Getting pretty cut up. Sore. Pretty hot. Up in the mouth. There's about 130. Rising. The sweat pouring off my face. Down into my eyes. After a while, I said, my God, I gotta be almost done. Look out, there's a half a wagon sitting down there. Now, the fellow that came with me, he loved this kind of stuff. He picks it up, puts it over his head a couple of times. That's good for you, boy. You're going home skinny today. Tom, the fellow who worked there, he just picked him up, carried him over, put him down. I go back, I I went and I stood in the entrance to the mow. And I let the breeze blow over my body. Dry the sweat and the blood. Then I looked down. They was bringing up another wagon. And he gets off and he plunged. And that fellow wasn't even a feeder. It was every man for himself. I grabbed the first one. And I go back. And I get another one. And it's time. Every muscle and bone in my body. Screaming, go home, go home. I said, no, my God. Nobody's going to call me a quitter. I'm going to see it through. To the end. I just said, how to help me. I'm going to start rolling them. You ever roll a square bale? I go back. I go. Until finally, up she comes. The very last bale. So I'm used to it. Now I ask you, why would any human being choose for the better part of his life, twice a year, to put himself through that total and utter hell? I didn't understand it then, and I don't understand it now.